When you do the 90-90 hip stretch, you're trying to make a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here, and a 90-degree angle here. So take your time to set those positions up. You're going to get tall in your torso and come forward over this front leg to start with. So notice how I'm staying tall in my torso and pivoting forward at my hips. I'm not rounding my back over, trying to lay my chest on my leg. So here, and I feel this in the back of this hip. Now if I were to feel a pinch or a block in the front of the hip, that would be the closing side of the joint, then I don't want to do this stretch. I should feel a stretch in the back. Feeling a pinch or a block in the front suggests that I might have some sort of a joint impingement. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have impingement syndrome, but there might just be something there that actually is blocking. And if you try to force it, it's just going to make it worse and could lead to pain and an injury. Then when I go the other way, again, I'm going to sit up nice and tall. My hands are behind me. I'm going to bring this shoulder towards this ankle bone. So again, I'm trying to tilt my torso that way. It's pretty hard. I feel a stretch deep in this hip. Again, I shouldn't feel a bony block or a pinch when I do that. So for this kneeling groin stretch, you're in sort of a frog position. And you're going to sit back to feel a nice stretch, keeping your neutral back position. And then you're going to hold that for the required amount of time. Then the next thing you're going to do is gradually, really slowly, start to push pressure with your knees into the floor. So building pressure, up to sort of a max isometric contraction. Gradually building pressure though, don't just crank it on. So I'm trying to pull my knees together, really, is what I'm doing. Then the next thing I'm going to do is try to pull my knees further apart. So using the muscles on the outside of my hip, I'm going to try to pull my knees further apart, sink down lower into the stretch, but actively, not just with gravity. I'm trying to pull myself down there, but slowly, gradually build that tension. And then I'll stop and just hold the stretch, sort of in a relaxed stretch position. The dumbbell squat lateral is a bit of a go-to, so we start with our hips or our feet about double to triple hip width, and then we're going to just squat to the side. So keeping our chest up, reaching back with our hip, and coming into a position where our shoulders, hips, knees, and ankle are stacked. So if I'm here, my shoulders are inside my foot and my knee, my stance is a little too wide. If I'm here and my hips are outside, my stance is a little bit too narrow. Let me just emphasize a bit about reaching back with your rear end. So you're coming back that way. So the weight is towards my heel on my front foot, and I'm keeping my torso in a nice neutral position. So you'll see that it tilts forward a little bit as I sit back. That's okay, it has to, otherwise I'm going to tip over backwards, but I don't want to be rounding over and dropping my chest. For the push-up to reach, I use one of these little glider discs, but it's not essential. So I have turf and a hardwood floor in the Revolution gym, so I could just use a towel on the hardwood floor. If I just had all turf or your gym is all carpeted, you put your hand on an upside down frisbee or a plastic shopping bag, just anything that's going to give you a little bit of a slide. This is a tough exercise, so start slowly, start with a small range of motion, because it's pretty easy to think like, oh yeah, I know what to do, and then really get yourself overstretched and even potentially hurt yourself. So you're going to come into your nice push-up position. Your feet will be a little bit wider than normal. As you come down, you're going to reach out with that glider, and you have to actually put some pressure down into the floor to help pull it back up, but really most of the load is going to be on this arm that's doing just the push-up. This is going to be an isometric row, so you're going to lie on the ground with your elbows at your sides, and then you're going to push your elbows and sort of gradually build that pressure. Push your elbows into the floor. You can lift up a little bit off the floor. I like to keep my head touching. If this is really easy for you and you're actually able to, kind of lift your shoulder blades off the floor, then your next step would be to lift your head. But really all I want you to do here is pushing those elbows into the floor, squeezing your shoulder blades together as you go, not shrugging up into your upper traps. Don't just lift your hips way off the ground. The most they should be is just lightly brushing the ground, and you'll hold that contraction for the required amount of time. Another one that doesn't look too bad but is really, really tough. So you're going to get in a bit of a side kick position. So your leg's going to be up in this position, pointing your toe, and again, circles with your foot. So not circles with your whole torso, just circles with that leg, keeping your leg straight, your toe pointed. Go slowly, 5 in each direction. Remember, the diameter of the circle is only 5 to 10 centimeters big. When you do the shuffle and hold, you're going to stay low the entire time. You're going to hold for 5 seconds at each end. So I'm here moving, again, as fast as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a big push. 2, 3, 4, 5. So when it's time for me to go, I don't want to sort of stand up and drop down and go. I want to just turn on my legs and start pushing right away. This is side plank with a box pattern. So I'm in my side plank. I'm going to come forward. Quick impulse up. Back, down, forward. Quick impulse up. Back, down, forward. And then you'll go the other way. Quick impulse up. Woo! Forward, down, back. Quick impulse up. But it's going to be quick step and then drive back. So again, where should your eyes be looking? Shoulders should be staying square to the play as you come across. Boom. So maybe I'm looking for a shooter here. Quick step. I'm going to do a little knee recovery to a lateral push. So if I'm here, again, thinking about keeping my head up. I don't want to be staring at the ground or at my feet. Keeping my shoulders nice and tall. I'm going to bring my foot up underneath me. I'm going to push laterally, but I don't want to go up in the air. I want to just go straight across. And then I'm going to come back down, dropping that inside knee. I like you to bring this foot back around just so you can get the practice of coming around and then transitioning into that push. So if I'm here, so the bear position Superman is really similar to our hands and knees Superman, except you're just going to bring your knees off the ground. So here I am in my quadruped position. Now my knees are off the ground. I want to stay neutral in my hips and back, just like when I'm doing the Superman on my hands and knees. So I should be able to balance a foam roll or something across my hips and have it stay level, not be wiggling side to side. So we're going to do our V drill with a little read and react. So just to remember, the V drill is a nice push. So it's almost like here I'm at my post, here I'm at my top of my crease, pushing back to my post, back to the top of my crease, and squaring up. So getting those nice square pushes, and then remembering to square up to the plate.